you might be sabotaging your entire life with one simple sentence. That's just who I am. It sounds honest, self-aware, even mature, but psychologically it might be one of the most dangerous beliefs you can have, because the moment you turn your behavior into your identity, you stop changing, and that invisible trap is keeping millions of people stuck in the exact same life for years. This is no better lab. Most people think personality is something you discover. Psychology shows something very different. Personality is mostly something you build and then defend. Once that identity forms, your brain starts protecting it, even when it's hurting you. At some point in your life, you start forming stories about who you are. I'm bad at math. I'm not creative. I'm shy. I'm not disciplined. At first, these are just observations, but over time, they stop being descriptions and start becoming rules. Rules your brain begins enforcing. Psychologists call this self-concept. Your brain constantly tries to keep your behavior aligned with the story you believe about yourself. Once you accept a label, your mind starts filtering reality to prove that label correct. If you believe you're bad at public speaking, you notice every awkward pause, every mistake, every moment someone looks distracted. Those moments reinforce the story, but your brain quietly ignores the evidence that contradicts it. The good presentation, the compliment afterwards, the moment you actually did well, because it doesn't match the identity you already decided was true. So the story survives, and eventually, it becomes who you think you are. But identity isn't just psychological, it's neurological. Your brain constantly rewires itself through neuroplasticity. Every behavior you repeat strengthens specific neural pathways. Think of it like carving paths through a forest. The more you walk a path, the easier it becomes to follow. Over time, those paths become automatic, habits, comfort zones, default behaviors. And when those behaviors repeat long enough, your brain does something interesting. It creates an identity explanation, not because it's accurate, but because your brain loves simple stories. I procrastinate turns into, I'm a procrastinator. I get anxious in social situations turns into, I'm just an anxious person. But these identities are often just habits repeated long enough to feel permanent. Once they feel permanent, change suddenly feels impossible. This is where the fixed mindset trap appears. Some people believe their traits are static. You're either disciplined or you're not, confident or you're not, smart or you're not. So when they fail at something, their brain interprets it as evidence about who they are. I failed becomes, I'm the type of person who fails. But there's another way to look at it. Instead of seeing identity, you see behavior, skills, processes. Instead of saying, I'm bad at this, you say, I'm not good at this yet. That one word changes how the brain responds. Because instead of defending identity, the brain starts searching for improvement. But identity creates something even stronger than beliefs. Behavior loops. Here's how they work. You believe something about yourself. That belief influences your behavior. Your behavior produces results. Those results reinforce the belief. And the cycle repeats. Someone believes they aren't disciplined, so they avoid difficult tasks. Avoidance leads to poor results. Those poor results confirm the belief. I knew it. I'm just not disciplined. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Most identities are not facts. They're stories reinforced by repetition. And stories can change. Because personality is far more flexible than we assume. Your traits can change based on behavior, environment, and repetition. In other words, you don't change your life by discovering who you are. You change it by updating the story. But if identity is flexible, why do people cling to limiting identities so tightly? Because identity provides certainty. Even negative identities feel safe. If you believe you're not the confident type, you never have to risk embarrassment. If you believe you're not a business person, you never have to risk starting something. Identity becomes a shield against discomfort, but it also becomes a prison. So how do you escape the identity trap? Stop focusing on identity. Start focusing on evidence. Every behavior you perform is evidence for the type of person you're becoming. Write one page, evidence for writer. Go to the gym once, evidence for someone who trains. Speak up in a meeting, evidence for someone confident. Identity doesn't change through declarations. It changes through proof, small pieces of proof collected over time. Eventually, the brain has no choice but to update the story. And here's the key point. You don't need to believe the new identity yet. You just need to act slightly outside the old one, because the brain updates identity after behavior, not before it. So the real question isn't who you are. The real question is what kind of evidence you're collecting every day, because the story your brain believes about you tomorrow is being written by the behavior you repeat today. If you want more psychology and behavioral insights like this, subscribe to Know Better Lab. This channel is about understanding how your mind actually works, so you can stop getting trapped by it. If you found this useful, hit subscribe and stick around. Because the more you understand the systems running your behavior, the easier it becomes to redesign the person you're becoming.